Jennies Volleyball starts off the season 3-1 after spending the weekend down in Pensacola, Florida. Here with head coach Flip Piontek. Just give some thoughts about the weekend. We're getting a win over a ranked team, split in day 2. Just tell us what you think.
I was very happy with the level that our team was able to compete at, given the number of new faces that were out there.
Right.
I mean, essentially, we put Julia and Brady out there and said, okay, don't look around too much because you're not going to be sure who's standing next to you. And the people that were on the court, the preseason things that we chose to do, the strenuousness of what we put them through in preseason, I think their response was very good. Indianapolis is a team, we played them here 2 years ago in the Peggy Martin Challenge. They're a very, very high energy team. And they came out and won game 1, and really we were not prepared for the level of intensity that they put on the floor. We recovered and won the next 2 games. The 3rd game was a very close game. 4th game was very close, and then we won the 5th game. So that was a very, very solid win for us in terms of the potential for a team to overwhelm us from the very beginning because they came out with so much energy, of how we recovered and adjusted and then worked our way into the position to win the match and winning that match. West Florida wasn't that much different in the evening. They weren't as good a team as Indianapolis, but you're on their home court. They'd won their first match of the day, so they were prepared to play us. I thought we handled them very well in the first game. In the next 2 games, we won 25-23, 25-23. So those games could have gone either way, but I felt like what we did in the morning against Indianapolis and how well we kept the pressure on them and took advantage of the chances that we had allowed us to win those 2 close games against West Florida on Friday night. So that put us at 2-0. I thought we came out against Tampa and played about as good as we can play for about a game and a half. Tampa was very surprised by the level of energy that we put on the floor in the first game, and it took them about a game and a half to catch up.
Right.
By that time, we were up 2-0. I thought they responded quite well in game 3, and they put it to us pretty solidly in game 3. And game 4, to me, was the turning point for the weekend. Okay, in terms of we put ourselves in position to win game 4, but you have to give Tampa all the credit. We were serving at 24-23. You're supposed to side out.
Right.
We practice siding out a lot. And so Tampa sides out to make it 24-24. Unfortunately, we don't side out the very first one, so they get 25. So they're up 1. We side out to tie it, but then they get it back and are up 1, and then so they win 27-25. So it wasn't like we gave the game away. I thought Tampa took better advantage of their chance than we did. Unfortunately, I felt like losing that close game when we could have won the match cost us the beginning of game 5, and so I felt like we were a little bit behind. Just the emotional drain from losing that close match when you thought maybe you kind of had the match all lined up, that cost us a little bit. And by the time in those 15-point games, by the time you get settled down and go, really, we got to play again, I really felt like it was a little too late in that 15-point game. So, from the time it was 7-2, it was 6-3, it was good, but we were behind the whole time. So I liked the effort at the end of that 5th game. Just you got to start off. And for a young team, a team with not too many players on the floor, the emotion of losing that game you could have won, you got to learn about those kind of things and how you respond. Thankfully, the emotional drain from losing that Tampa match didn't carry over. We played a team, Lock Haven. They were 0-4 on the weekend, but it's a really dangerous team because they really had nothing to lose. They actually played very good volleyball. They just had faced tough competition in that weekend. And so winning the first game, we gave us a little bit of a breather. They won the second game, and then it was back and forth. We won 1, they won 1, we won 1, they won 1, and then luckily we won the 5th game. So I felt like even though we'd lost the Tampa match, we had the potential to then lose the next one.
Right.
But they showed me the character that they had by staying focused and giving themselves a chance to win, which they did. So that was very good. I was very happy with the weekend in general.
A couple of Jennies took home some awards over the week. Julia Bates named MIAA Specialist of the Week, as well as the All-Tournament team down in Pensacola, as well as senior Lisa Moore getting major playing time in the first weekend, takes home an all-tournament team honor. Talk about her career at UCM.
I'm going to say that, to me, as a coach, you really like to see a kid like Lisa, who has worked very, very hard for the 4 years she's been here. She redshirted a year. She came in as a position player who, with her left hand in high school, was forced to play middle because she was the tallest player. And so it took her a long time to not be comfortable playing a position that's not middle. It's very difficult for setters at the pace we run the game to have a left-handed middle. You just don't ever see it. So it was a very difficult transition for her. It was so difficult, in fact, one of the spring seasons, we tried her in the middle. Said, let's see what happens if we put her back in the middle. So she's a terrific leader. She does a terrific job working. And she does whatever we ask of her to do in terms of preparing our team for the left-handed hitters that we face all the time. So Lisa has done a great job for her 4 years when she earned that position, the right front position this year, the position opposite the setter. The reward for her, it was as good for me as it was for her, I think. I think it was as good for the team to see that the results that you want don't have to be immediate. I put some freshmen out there this weekend. Annie Riley did a great job as the libero for us. But not everybody's going to have that immediate success. So there were players that have put time into the system, and the reward is there. The potential for reward is there. And that was good for the team and for Lisa, too. It was really cool.
Now, you come off a weekend with some pretty tough opponents going into another non-conference weekend. We know for a fact you're facing West Texas A&M and Metro State on Friday, a couple of ranked teams, possibly a couple more ranked teams on Saturday.
Hopefully more ranked teams. Look, we're planning on playing more ranked teams. If you look at the pools, and the pools are done way in the spring when the teams commit to these things in terms of really the pools are based on the results of the final poll last year. And so there's 4 pools. They take the highest ranked team in the last pool, pool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's pretty straightforward. They do adjust a little bit because of Metro and Regis to make sure that they don't play each other and they don't have a chance when they cross over on the second day to play each other. So they try to avoid those kind of situations. So look at our pool. I mean, we have 5, 8, and 10. I don't know we have a good pool, okay? But that's what we want. That's what I want. The players have to understand that for us to be where we want to be at the end of the season, we're going to have to beat teams like West Texas and Metro. Okay, so we're giving it our best shot, and our plans are to play. The way the tournament is set up is if you win your pool on Friday, the first team you play is the winner of the pool 1, which is Concordia, which is exactly who I want to play. And then, if you win that match, you play the winner of Pool 2 and 3, which will be the winner of, theoretically, San Bernardino and Tampa. And I don't think Tampa's going to lose again, and I'd like to play Tampa again. So our plans this weekend are to play West Texas, Metro, Concordia, and Tampa. That's what we're looking for this weekend, and that's what will make our team better.
Not a bad lineup at all.
yeah. If you don't want to sleep at night, don't come to my house this week, okay?
Jennies Volleyball, they get that tournament underway in Denver, Colorado, the Colorado Premier Challenge Friday, I believe in the morning against
we play
West
at
Texas.
noon. We play at noon. Noon Colorado time, right?
Noon Colorado time.
Yeah, so it'll be 1 o'clock here,
All right.
And then we're home next Tuesday night, finally.
Missouri S&T, home opener, September 11th. That's right.
Good.
All right, Coach Piontek, thanks.
Thanks, Greg.